think on reflection, that's my most pleasing performance of the season. We're going into it confident. We've won our last league game, and we're ready to, like I said, go toe to toe with Michael Clegg's in form, Warrington Rylands side. Please get yourself down early on Saturday, roar on the lads, and hopefully that 12th man can be just what we need to get ourselves into the next round.
So Renault, huge weekend for FC United, the second qualifying round of the FA Cup. We're looking forward to it, aren't we?
Yeah, can't wait, Tim. You know, we've had a really good week. Obviously, we're on the back of the Bradford performance, on the back of the Barnoldswood performance. We're now getting ready for an informed Warrington Rylands side. But, you know, the spirit in the camp this week has been great. All our key messages that we've got out about our opposition, about, you know, the way we do things has been good. So all we can do now is wait for 3 o'clock Saturday afternoon, and hopefully, you know, the boys can put a show on.
I mean, in terms of that performance on Saturday, I mean, just looking back quickly, we got off to the perfect start. You know, that quick goal in that heat meant we could play our possession game. It's going to be slightly different weather this Saturday, but sort of similar performance, we hope, yeah?
I think on reflection, that's my most pleasing performance of the season. I think to score early, like we said, to then manage the game, to defend, you know, 8 or 9 set pieces in the first half. Our zonal mark was excellent. And then to score just before half time, and then come in second half, manage the game, create some chances on the counter attack, come through it injury free. You know, I was really pleased with, you know, our possession stats, our chances created, and the way we defended as a team. So all in all, when you win 2-0, you keep a clean sheet and you score at home, you get 3 points, you're really happy. But you know, last time we were going into the FA Cup weekend, Tim, we were on the back of a smacking, you know, against Radcliffe, and we had to stare at that league table for 10 days until we went back into action. This time we're going into it confident. We've won our last league game, and we're ready to, like I said, go toe to toe with Michael Clegg's in form, Warrington Rylands side. We know what we're going to be up against. We know in Motore how good he is. We know that, you know, their formation and the way they'll play and get forward quickly. But you know, we've also got our own threats, and we're going into it. You know, we never go into it arrogant. We're going into the game confident. And you know, if come quarter to 5 we haven't got the right result, you won't be for the want of trying. But I think you'll see 2 really good footballing sides. I'll speak to Cleggy. Spoke to him on Monday. We were talking about both sides, and I'm sure his side will come and play football. We'll come and play football, and it'll be a really entertaining game for both sets of fans on the neutral. And as me and Cleggy are mates, you know, we wish each other all the best in the game. But you ask him and ask me, we'll be doing everything we can to get our own club through to the next round of the FA Cup. So that's no different. And then obviously we'll have a drink afterwards, win, lose, or draw. But it's exciting. You know, the whole club's buzzing. I say about it every week, Tim. You know, noticed today that we've hit the 2,000 members, owners mark, and there's loads of things going out on social media. We're planning a fun day next week on Saturday that Jenny Swarbrick's doing behind the scenes. Got loads of work going on. There's been a redevelopment on the tunnel area. Season tickets are going through the roof. It's just a really good place to be around at the minute. And obviously it helps when you're winning games of football. And that's why what we're going to strive to do is win another game of football. Will it happen? You know, we're not sure, but we'll do everything we can do to make that happen.
Yeah, in terms of sort of team strength, obviously, sort of good news, obviously, Charlie Monroe's back in training.
They're all trained. Munro, Donahue, Dante Gabadon, Czech Tiam. You know, I've got a really difficult selection headache because, you know, the 16 lads against Bradford did really well last week, but when you've got the likes of Donahue, Munro, Czech Tiam, Dante Gabadon back, unfortunately there's going to be casualties in the squad, and you know, that's our job to do. You know, put our arm around people who aren't going to make it and say it's a long season, and hopefully show that patience levels that people showed at the beginning of the season. But this is where you don't become popular, but it's never personal with anybody. It's professional, and we're trying to rotate the squad and keep everyone fresh and fit. But for the first time since the beginning of the season, we've got everyone available. So we'll hopefully get our selection right and go into it in really good spirits. And, you know, like I said, come quarter to 5, get ourselves into the next round if that's possible.
Yeah, and I mean, talking about the front line, obviously it was notable that I think the second goal was a combination of our sort of exciting 3. Obviously we had sort of like the ball up to Keane. He then laid it on to Nick. Nick managed to get it out to Jay. And it was just that front line is sparkling at the moment.
And that was excellent, you know, the way Keane brought it down on his chest and fed it into Nick. You can see the telepathy that they have at Stockport and at FC. Then he gave it Jay, and Jay was, you know, in that form where he just cut inside and, you know, you knew he was going to score. And you can see it. We've done things in training tonight. You know, we've done work with the front 5. And you can see that there's a real buzz about them, and they want to score goals. But equally, they want to defend. You know, they want to go forward and they want to come back. And whichever way they're running, they go at full tilt. And that's a good thing. There's electric pace going that way and that way. And then in and around that, you know, good footballers. There's lads who can defend. There's lads who, you know, are good on the ball, good in the air. They've all got their own individual qualities. And together with that, you know, they're performing well as a team. nothing won in September, you know, and although we're on a little bit of a buzz at the minute, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything because it could soon turn 4:45 Saturday afternoon if we don't perform. It could soon turn. My promise is that these lads will carry on trying to execute the game plan that's put out in front of them. We've done our homework on Rylands. Now it's over to us 3 o'clock Saturday afternoon. Let's get Broadhurst Park rocking. You know, I know there was 1,040 that came through the gates last time against Barnoldswick. I know it's not season tickets, but you can see what a difference this home crowd makes to the lads, and our home form proves that. So if you have done your saving, please get yourself down early on Saturday, roar on the lads, and hopefully that 12th man can be just what we need to get ourselves into the next round.
Yeah, I mean, for people who aren't familiar with non-league football, the FA Cup starts very early in the season. It starts in sort of like end of June and beginning of July. You know, our ambition is to at least match, obviously, the Doncaster first round, isn't it?
It's always got to be your ambition. You look in the tunnel area now. You know, the pitches have gone up there. The Doncaster game's gone up there, and it's a night that will live long in the memory. You know, for two reasons. One, for being in the first round of the FA Cup match of the day, but secondly, for playing in front of no fans because of COVID. And you know, I remember walking away from that night getting beat 5-1, but hoping and praying we could replicate it with the fans in the stadium. And these fans have seen the first round of the FA Cup before. I want to be the manager with the fans, with these players that see fans in the stadium when we get to the first round of the FA Cup. Is it achievable? You never know. You've got a fantastic Warrington Rylands side to overcome first, and if you manage to do that, third qualifying round, fourth qualifying round, and you need a bit of luck along the way. I'm sure Michael Clegg will be thinking exactly the same thing, but one hurdle at a time. First hurdle, well, the next hurdle is Michael Clegg's Warrington Rylands side, and we're going to have to be at our very, very best to beat them. But confidence is high. We've done our due diligence this week. We've done our game plan. Roll on 3 o'clock now, team Saturday afternoon, and get behind them boys.
So, Pat, it's been a little while since we caught up. We're about 8 games into the season now. How are you finding it?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Really enjoying my football. So, yeah, all good.
Is it everything you expected it to be?
Yeah. The crowd have been class every week as well, so I'm loving it.
Yeah, and in terms of sort of like, you know, we always say that basically it's the Northern Premier League. It's, you know, it's an open age sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's a bit different probably from what you've been playing sort of like in previous seasons. How are you finding that sort of physical aspect of it?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I mean, last year I had a bit of experience. Like I went out a few times, but having the consistent games of men's football is different to what I'm used to. But no, I'm loving it.
Yeah, and obviously, I mean, some of your shot stopping has been just out of this world. I mean, proper like breathtaking. Wow, how did you get that sort of stuff? Obviously, that's a strength to your game. The other thing that's pleasing to see is your distribution. It's quick.
Yeah, I suppose joining Fleetwood kind of helped me with that because we've got a similar philosophy to we do here. The gaffer likes to play out, and I enjoy doing it too. So yeah.
Yeah, and against Barnoldswick, I don't really remember. You probably will remember. There was a set piece, and one of the Barnoldswick sort of defenders was in your face. Now I believe you know him.
I do know him. Yeah, he's my academy manager at Fleetwood. Yeah, good guy.
Yeah, I mean, we were still watching it, going, who does he think he is? You know?
Yeah, I didn't expect it, but no, I like what he was doing. It's good for my progression as well.
Yeah, and obviously in terms of the FA Cup, obviously it's a huge weekend for the club with Warrington Rylands coming down.
Yeah, I'd love the FA Cup, and again, first game was a good win. Let's hope turn Broadhurst Park into a fortress again and keep the win streak at home going.
Yeah. Any other sort of observations to your time here?
No, loving it. All the boys have been class with me, and now I'm enjoying training. Just really enjoying my time.
Okay, fantastic. Well, it's basically a pleasure to watch.
Thank you.
And so see you Saturday.
Nice one. Thank you.
Cheers, thank you.